Hello students, welcome to MemoNeat. My name is Prachi and I am your chemistry SME. So let's start with the solutions of full test 7. Section A, in question number 51, it is said that K2Cr2O7 reacts with hydrazine to form the product. The oxidation state of chromium in the product will be. Okay, so in the question it is asked that K2Cr2O7 potassium dichromate reacts with hydrazine. What is the formula of hydrazine? It's NH2 single bond NH2. Okay, to form a product, the oxidation state of chromium in the product will be. What will be the oxidation state of chromium in the product which will be formed on the reaction of K2Cr2O7 and hydrazine? Okay, so this is the chemical reaction which is given here. So K2Cr2O7, this is potassium dichromate plus hydrazine in the presence of H2SO4, it will give this compound and the byproducts are there. Okay, so we have to find the oxidation state of chromium in this compound. So let us calculate for Cr2SO4 whole 3. Okay, what will be the oxidation state? Chromium will be 2, so 2x plus 3 into what is the oxidation state of SO4? For SO4 it's minus 2. Okay, equals to 0. Then what will be there? 2x plus 2x minus 6 equals to 0. What will be x? X will be 3. So the oxidation state of chromium will be plus 3. Okay. So what will be the answer? Option number 2. Plus 3 will be the correct option. In question number 52, which is not the correct statement? Let's read the statement. SF4 exists but OF4 does not exist. Oxygen is more electronegative than sulfur. SF6 is hydrolyzed quickly to produce HF and SO42 minus has a uniform bond length. Okay, among all this, which is not the correct statement? Which is not? Highlight the word not here. Which is not the correct statement? So for question number 52, let us see. Okay, for first statement, SF4 exists but OF4 does not exist. See, SF4 exists but OF4 not exist. This is because sulfur can expand its octet. Okay, we know that sulfur can expand its octet to accommodate the extra electrons from the fluorine atoms, but oxygen cannot do the same. Okay, sulfur can expand its octet but fluorine does not do the same because oxygen cannot do the same because oxygen is smaller in size and its inability to expand its octet. Okay, so sulfur can expand its octet but oxygen cannot expand its octet. Okay, so therefore SF4 exists but OF4 does not exist. So first statement is true, but it is asked the incorrect statement. Which will be the incorrect statement? For second statement, oxygen is more electronegative than sulfur. Okay, oxygen is more electronegative than sulfur. Yeah, this is true because as we move down the group, the electronegativity decreases, right? SF6 is hydrolyzed quickly to produce HF. SF6 is hydrolyzed quickly to produce SF. This statement is false. Okay, and we have to find the incorrect statement only. So this will be the correct option. Option number 3. This will be the incorrect answer. This is not correct and it will be the correct option. SF4. SO4 2 minus has a uniform bond length. So SO4 2 minus has a uniform bond length. So this statement is also correct, which means the incorrect statement is option number 3. In question number 53. In question number 53, 4 Faradays of electricity are passed through a solution of copper sulfate. The mass of copper deposited at the cathode is. What will be the mass of sulfur that is deposited at the cathode? The atomic mass of copper is given to us. Okay, so 4 Faraday of electricity. 4 Faraday of electricity is passed through a solution of copper sulfate. So cathodic reaction we can show of copper sulfate. So copper sulfate cathodic reaction will be Cu plus 2 electrons, irreversible Cu solid. Okay, so for 4 Faraday means 4 mole of electrons are used, which means 2 moles of copper for 1 mole of copper, 1 mole of copper. Yeah, right. So for 1 mole of copper, what will be the answer? 2 into its atomic mass. Okay, which comes out to be 127. Option number 3, 127 will be the correct option. Question number 54. Question number 54. Lone pair of XeF4 is present in. So where the lone pair of XeF4 is present. XeF4 structure can be drawn like this. Okay. Xe4 side are F4 fluorine and there are 2 lone pairs. Okay, so it is asking that what is the position of lone pair here. These two positions are called what? They are called the axial one. Okay, this part and this part, this is called the axial position. It is also called the axial position, and the rest fluorine part are called the equatorial position. Okay, so for axial position, the lone pair are present in the axial position of XeF4. Which will be the correct option? Axial position, option number 2, right? Next question is question number 55. For a conductivity cell containing 10 to the power minus 3 molar KCl solution at 298 Kelvin, the resistance is 1500 ohm and conductivity is 0.15 into 10 to the power minus 3 S centimeter square, Simon per centimeter, the cell constant of the reaction. So we have to find the cell constant for the reaction. What will be the cell constants? It is L by A. So we have to find L by A. Okay, so we can use the formula. Okay, let's also see what is given in the question here. So the resistance is given. Okay, the resistance is given as 1500 ohm. And what else is given? What else is given? The conductivity cell. The conductivity is given. What is the conductivity? This. So conductivity is for kappa. Kappa is 0.15 into 10 to the power minus 3 Simon centimeter square. Okay, this is the value of kappa. So for calculating the cell constant, we can use the formula for specific conductance, specific conductivity. For specific conductivity, what is the formula of specific conductivity? 1 by L by A into conductivity. Okay, this is the formula for specific conductivity. For conductivity, we can write as 1 by R. Okay, 1 by R. R is the resistance here. So we have to find the value of L by A. On interchanging, what we can get? We can get at K into R is equals to L by A. Okay, so what will be the L by A? What will be the cell constant? Kappa value is given as 0.15 into 10 to the power minus 3 and R value is given as 1500. Okay, so cell constant comes out to be 0.225 centimeter inverse. Okay, what is the correct answer? Option number 4. Option number 4 will be the correct option. Clear? Next is for question number 56. For a first order reaction, the plot of log K against 1 by T is a straight line. The slope of the line is equal to. For a first order reaction, the plot of log K against 1 by T is a straight line. The slope of the line is equal to. What will be the slope of the line? So for question number 56, we know that for the slope of the line, we can use the given equation for given formula. Log K is equals to log A minus EA by 2.303 RT. Okay, so this is in the form of this quadratic equation, y is equals to C minus mx. For slope, what will be the slope in this reaction? It will be minus m. Okay, slope is minus m here. So on considering, okay, wait. slope. What is the slope? Slope is minus m in this reaction. So what is minus m here? It's minus EA by 2.303 R. Okay, this is slope. So what is the slope here? Option number 3, EA by minus EA by 2.303 R. Okay, this is the slope of the reaction. Next is question number 57. Which of the following compounds will exhibit geometrical isomerism? Okay, so what happens for geometrical isomerism? What should be there? Both the carbon should contain different atoms. Okay, like this carbon, it should contain two different atoms, and this carbon should also contain two different atoms. So it can be in cis form or it can be present in trans form. Okay, this is the trans form. So these two compounds, these two type of compounds, carbon compounds, show geometrical isomerism. So among all these, which of the following will show geometrical isomerism? Let's see. So option number 3, 1-phenyl 2-butene. 1-phenyl 2-butene will show geometrical isomerism. We can draw its structure also. It's like this. Here it is H and here it is CH2PH. Okay, this is 1-phenyl 2-butene. Okay, option number 3, it will show geometrical isomerism. You can similarly see for others also. For others also you can see by drawing the structure. Question number 58. In case of heteronuclear molecule like HF, the shared pair of electron between the two atoms get displaced more towards the fluorine, since the electronegativity of fluorine is far greater than that of hydrogen. The resultant covalent bond is. Okay, so what is the resultant covalent bond? So here we can see in case of heteronuclear molecules like HF, the shared pair between the two atoms get displaced more towards the fluorine. Okay, displaced more towards the fluorine. Okay, it is given in the question. The electronegativity of fluorine is far greater than that of hydrogen. This we know that the electronegativity of fluorine is far more greater than hydrogen. So the resultant covalent bond is a polar covalent bond. So because of these points, a polar covalent bond is generated between hydrogen and fluorine. Okay, this type of molecule is formed and a polar covalent bond is present. So what will be the answer? What type of bond is formed? Polar covalent bond. Option number 3. Okay. Question number 59. For question number 59, the rate constant, the rate constant, the activation energy and the frequency factor of the chemical reaction at 25 degrees Celsius are this much and this much. The value of rate constant T is tends to infinity. Okay, so we have to find out the okay, so we have to formulate this question. Okay, let's see. The rate constant is given, rate constant is given as 3.0 into 10 to the power minus 4 second inverse. Activation energy EA is also given as 104.4 kilojoule per mole. Okay, and the frequency factor is also given as 6.0 into 10 to the power 14 second inverse. Okay, what the value of the rate constant as t tends to infinity? What is the value of the rate constant t tends to infinity? Okay, so for this question, if t tends to infinity, then what will happen? The value of t will be, the value of 1 by t will be 0. Value of 1 by t will be 0. So what happens if we use this formula? K is equals to A into EA by RT. Okay, if we use this formula, then what is K? K is the EA naught. Okay, because of T 1 by T, this term, whole term is 0. Okay, this whole term comes out to be 0. So it is E0. That means that K is equals to A, and what is the value of K? What is the value of frequency factor given earlier? It is 6.0 into 10 to the power 14. Okay, this will be the correct option. So option number 2 will be the correct option. I hope you can see this point. Okay, is it visible now? Yeah. Next is question number 60. Question number 60. The IUPAC name of the given compound. So we have to find out the IUPAC name of the given compound. We will see the branching. The branching is earlier from this position. So from this carbon we will start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 carbon is there, which means that it should be heptane. So all these options does not contains a heptane. Option number 4 contains a heptane. So therefore it will be the clear cut winner of the question. Okay, heptane. And also you can see 3 ethyl. 3 ethyl is present. At 3 the ethyl group is present, and at 4 the 2 methyl group is present. So 4,4 dimethyl for that. Option number 4 will be the correct option. Okay, next is question number 61. The boiling point of a substance increases with increase in. So the boiling point of substance increases with increase in intermolecular hydrogen bonding and molecular mass. So these two have to be increased on increasing the boiling point. So boiling point should be increased by both hydrogen bonding and molecular mass. Option number 1 and 3. So this fourth point is the correct option. Okay. Next is question number 62. Which of the following has the lower pKb? Which is has the lower pKb? So among all these four options, first we need to identify that which of the following is primary amine, secondary amine, tertiary amine, or ammonia or quaternary amine. Okay. So let's first draw by opening the structure. So this one is the first option. This one is the second option. This one is the third option, and this one is the fourth option. Okay. Among all this is the tertiary one. This is the primary amine, but it is aromatic in nature. This is the secondary amine, and this is also primary amine. Okay. So in order to consider the pKb, for pKb what we have to consider? We have to consider the basic strength of this compound. Okay. So when we look upon the trends, the basic trends has the order of 2 degree is the highest basic trend, then 1 degree, then 3 degree, and then ammonia is there. Okay, so upon all this, 2 degree has the greatest pKb value. So 2 degree is this compound, right, which is option number 3. So option number 3 will be the correct option here. Okay, question number 64. Question number 63 is right. Question number 63. If equal masses of three gases H2, helium and neon are mixed in a 6-liter container, then the fraction of pressure contributed by H2 is, then the fraction of pressure contributed by H2. We have to find out the mole fraction of H2. Okay, so for mole fraction of H2, what we have to do? We have to do number of moles by total number of moles of hydrogen by total number of moles. Okay, so total number of moles we have calculated for hydrogen, helium and neon. So see, by equating this, we will get the answer as 5 by 8. Option number 2, 5 by 8 is the correct option. So this is the only the solving part is there, so you can solve it by your own. Okay. Now next is question number 64. Among the elements of group 13, boron poses a high melting point due to. Among the elements of group 13, boron poses a high melting point. So why it is? It is because boron poses a high melting point due to strong covalent bond. Okay, and its unique atomic structure. So we know that boron is the smallest member in its family. So obviously it will have exclusive physical properties or chemical properties, that it will have high melting point, strong covalent bond and unique atomic structure. It will also form a network of covalent bonds that will create a strong lattice structure. Okay, and it requires a significant amount of energy. Okay, it is strong, it is very strong, and it requires a significant amount of energy to break down, which results in its high melting point. Okay, so additionally the small size of boron, so we have discussed it already that the small size of boron is responsible for enhancing its strength and the stability and its high melting point. Okay, so option number 4, strong bonding between individual atoms and the solid state, this will be the correct option for boron. Okay, question number 65. So for question number 65, beans get cooked earlier in a pressure cooker because. So why it is beans get cooked earlier in a pressure cooker? It is because the boiling point increases with increasing pressure. Okay, as the pressure increases, the boiling point increases. So in that case, the beans will be get cooked earlier. Okay. Okay, in the answer 65, in the answer it is mentioned answer number 2, but it is not answer number 2, it is answer number 1. 1 is the correct option. Okay. Question number 66. Next is question number 66. Which of the following does not exist? So among all this, which of the following does not exist? PbI4 does not exist because PbI bond is initially formed during the reaction, does not release enough energy. So this bond, if it is formed, it does not release enough energy to unpair the 6s2 electrons and excite one of them to higher orbitals to have 4 unpaired electrons around the lead atom. Okay, or option number 1, PbI does not exist. Okay, it requires a greater amount of energy to exist. Question number 67. Which of the following on treatment with zinc metal will give ethene? Which of the following on treatment with zinc metal will get ethene? Will give ethene. Okay, so option number 67, when zinc is reacted with vicinal dihalide, this is vicinal dihalide, it will give ethene. Okay, or alkene, you can say it is ethene. So vicinal dihalide, which is the vicinal dihalide? Option number 2. Okay, this is vicinal dihalide and it will give ethene on reaction with zinc. Question number 68. The major difference between diamond and graphite. Okay, so diamond and graphite, all the girls, you must love, you have loved diamond once in a life. Okay, you all have a dream of achieving or getting a diamond ring one day, or you can say a diamond necklace. You should dream for big. Let's dream for a diamond necklace and let's clear out the NEET exam first. Okay, and be a successful doctor. It's not that all the boys couldn't wear a diamond ring or they can't gift it to their mother or so, but yeah, diamond is a very precious gifting option, you can say, or it is a very good ornamental jewelry. It can be used as a good ornamental jewelry. Yeah, so let's move on to the topic, the major difference between diamond and graphite. Why it is major differences? Due to the crystal structure of diamond, which is different from that of graphite. So graphite, diamond, we know that it has a 3D network and it is ordered, it is sp3 hybridized, while the graphite is soft and has a sp2 hybridized carbon. Okay, and it has a graphite also the hexagonal ring, while the adjacent layer held together by van der Waals forces. So option number 1, the crystal structure of diamond is differ from that of graphite. So this is the major difference. They both have different structures. Question number 69. What is the identity of X in the provided reaction? What is X here? So we have to find an X. X is not your ex girlfriend or boyfriend. Okay, X is the compound that we are talking about. Okay, so let's focus, students. Just focus on the question. Don't keep on daydreaming of him or her. Okay, so in question, what is X in this question? So X here, this is the benzene and we have put ozone in it. Okay, so what we will give? We will get C6H6O9. This is known as triozonide. Okay, this is triozonide. Triozonide, and triozonide, when it is again reacted with ZnH2O. ZnH2O, what it will get? It will give CHO. What is CHO? It is glycol. It is glyoxyl. Yeah, it is glyoxyl. So option number 2, we will get X as glyoxyl. Okay. Question number 70. The anomalous behavior of fluorine is due to, why fluorine show anomalous behavior? So it is because of its small size and its high electronegativity and lack of d electrons in its valence shell. So these 3 options are there. Yeah, so this means that all the 3 are correct and option 4 will be the correct option here. Okay. Isn't there any other pen color? Okay, let's choose a purple. Okay. Yeah. Mark the correct increasing order of reactivity of the following compounds with HBr. Okay, let's choose blue one. The correct increasing order of reactivity among the following compounds with HBr. Okay, so question number 71. It is a nucleophilic substitution reaction. It is a nucleophilic substitution reaction and it depends upon the stability of the carbocation. Okay, let's see the option first. Yeah, these three are the options. So these three are the options and we have to find out the reactivity towards HBr. Okay, so for order of reactivity towards HBr, okay, for order of reactivity with HBr, we have to look upon the stability of the what? Stability of carbocation. Okay, we have to look upon the stability of carbocation. Also, we know that if an electron withdrawing group is present, it will decrease the stability of carbocation. Okay, so in first option there is no electron withdrawing group. In second option, NO2 is a strong electron withdrawing group, right? And Cl is also electron withdrawing group. So what will happen? What will be the order in this case? NO2 will be the NO2 has the least stability, which means it will react at least. So which option has second one as the least? Option number 3. Second one is least, then the third one is also an electron withdrawing group is present, therefore third one is the second option and option number 1. Option 3 is the correct option here. Okay, question number 72. Arrange the following statement in the decreasing order of their metallic characters. Metallic characters of Si, beryllium, manganese, sodium and phosphorus. These 5 are there. So what will be the correct answer? What will be the decreasing order of the metallic character? So which is the most metallic in nature? Down the group, as we move down the group, the metallic character increases, and if we move left to right, the metallic character decreases. Okay, so non-metallic character increases on moving from left to right, and top to bottom the metallic character increases. So the correct order will be sodium will be the most metallic in nature, then magnesium, then beryllium, then silicon, then phosphorus. Okay, so option number 4. Option number 4 will be the correct option here. Okay, 73. Question number 73. Assertion is given in case of phenol, bromination takes place even in the absence of Lewis acid, whereas bromination of benzene takes place in the presence of Lewis acid like FeBr3. Okay, so this unusual hydrogenation of benzene takes place in a Lewis acid gas such as FeBr3. So this halogenation reaction of uh, phenol, okay, this takes place in the presence of FeBr3. Why it is? Because it polarizes the hydrogen molecule, and in case of phenol what happens that the polarization of bromine molecule takes place. Okay, and why it is? Why it is? Because of the highly activating effect of OH group which is attached to the benzene ring. OH group, phenol has an OH group which is attached to it. Okay, this will provide a activating effect. Activating effect. Okay, I think you can't see this. Yeah, activating effect. Okay, activating effect. So option number reason, the reason says that the OH group provides a highly deactivating. No, it provides activating regions. Activating reason. So assertion is correct and reason is incorrect. Assertion is correct and reason is incorrect. So question number 73. 73 has option 3. Assertion is correct but reason is incorrect as the correct option. Next, question number 74. Consider the following statement. Ionization energy is the energy required to remove an electron to form an isolated gaseous atom from its ground state. Okay, question number 74. Yeah, statement. Okay, ionization energy can be either positive or negative. Second, ionization energy can be less but then third but greater than the first ionization energy. Select the incorrect. We have to find the incorrect statement among all this. So here we can say that statement 2 is incorrect. Why? Because energy is always required to move an electron, and hence ionization enthalpy are always positive in nature. Okay, it is not negative, but in option number 2 it is given that it can be either positive or negative. So this will correctly be the wrong answer. So option number 3. Okay, only 2 is the incorrect statement here. Question number 75. Arrange the following in the correct order of the rate of nucleophilic addition reaction. So nucleophilic addition reaction, now what happens that the aromatic aldehyde have a relatively lower rate of nucleophilic addition. So these two are aliphatic and these two are aromatic. Okay, aromatic, this is also aromatic. So these two will have a lesser uh, rate of nucleophilic addition reaction. Okay, so let's compare 3 and 4, which will be at last. So the former has the higher rate of nucleophilic reaction. Okay, NO2 will have the higher rate of nucleophilic reaction because it provides minus R effect, and it has the electronegativity, and its electrophilicity increases because of the CHO group. It increases the electrophilicity, which means that option number 3, uh, 3 should be at second last, it should be at the last. Okay, option number 1, option number 1 will be correct option for this. Okay, question number 76. The IUPAC name for the complex. This is the complex. We have to find the IUPAC name. So IUPAC name, the cobalt has an oxidation state of +3. So what will be the correct IUPAC name? 4 NH3 are there. So tetramine dichlorocobalt 3 chloride. Okay, 3 is the oxidation state. Option number 1 is the correct option. Question number 77. Reaction between benzaldehyde and acetophenone in the presence of dilute NaOH. So what does this type of reaction is called? Okay, reaction between benzaldehyde, this is benzaldehyde, okay, and acetophenone, this is acetophenone. So these two react with dilute OH minus and result in the cross aldol condensation reaction. Okay, this is the cross aldol product formed. So the reaction is cross aldol condensation reaction. Option number 3, cross aldol condensation reaction. Okay, next is question number 78. If the mass of glucose in the aqueous solution is 36%, then the molarity of the solution. So we have to find out the molality, right? Small m we have to find. So molality formula, we know that it is moles of glucose by mass of water. Mass of glucose is given 36%. So we can write 36%, which means 36 gram in 100 ml. Okay. So mass of water is 100 minus 36, which is 64. Mass of solute we have got, mass of solvent we have got. We have to find the molality, easy. So it comes out to be 3.125 molality. So option number 2 will be the correct option. Next is question number 79. According to the postulates of Werner theory for coordination compound, which of the following is true? So according to Werner's theory, what happens that the metal atoms exhibit in two types of valency. We know that according to Werner's theory, two types of valencies are possible. Okay, primary valency and secondary valency. Then which of the following is correct? The primary valency is ionizable while secondary valency is non-ionizable. This is mainly the theory type question. You have to learn this type of question. Okay, so primary valency is ionizable. Primary valency is ionizable. Secondary valency is sorry. First one is only correct. Primary valency are ionizable. Okay, secondary valency are unionizable. So this one is incorrect. Option number 80. Question number 80. Question number 80 says that that calculate the number of molecules that are present in 1 drop of liquid as there are 20 drops of 2 ml liquid. Okay, gram molecular mass of liquid is given as 40 and density is 1 gram per liter. Na is the Avogadro number. So calculate the number of molecules that are present in one drop. So volume of 20 drops, we know that it is 2 ml. So what will be the volume of one drop? 2 by 20 ml. Okay, this is simply unitary method used here. So mass of one drop we have to calculate. It is 1 by 10 into 1. It is density. We know that mass equals to volume into density. Okay, so from this we have to calculate. So mole of one drop then we have to calculate, which comes out to be 1 by 400. Number of molecules, what is the number of molecules in this case? It comes out to be Na by 20 whole square. Okay, option number 1. Option number 1 will be the correct option. Next is question number 81. In which of the reaction the hydrogen attached to the nitrogen, in which reactions is the hydrogen attached to the nitrogen released? Okay, so which of the reaction the hydrogen is released? So I have to write the correct reaction. Okay, CONH2, this is the amide group, then NaNH2, reversible reaction will give RCO NaNH2 plus NH3. Okay, and this energy NH3 is further broken down into N2 and H2. So this NH3 is further broken down into N2 and H2. So what will be the answer? How we will get nitrogen gas? By first reaction. Okay, sorry, question number 80, 81 we are solving. Okay, so in this reaction itna reacts to form anion with the process. Okay, from second one also we will get, from second one also, from this reaction also we can get ammonia. So option number 3, from both of the reaction we can get N2 gas. Okay, question number 82. Coordination compounds have great importance in biological system. In this context, which of the following statement is incorrect? We have to find out the incorrect statement. So let us first read the options. First one says the chlorophyll is a green pigment in plants and contain calcium. Okay, so first option is incorrect. Okay, we have to find the incorrect because we know that chlorophyll contains magnesium and not calcium. Option number 1 is only the incorrect option, incorrect answer, which means the correct option. Incorrect is only asked now. Question number 83. Quantum number of 13th electron of silicon is 14. Are 3, 1, 1, half plus half. Which of the following is the true set of quantum numbers for the 14 electron? Okay, quantum number of 13 electron is given. 13 electron is given and we have to find out the quantum number of 14th electron. Okay, so for 14th electron, let us first write the electronic configuration of silicon. So silicon, what will be the electronic configuration? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and then 3p2. Okay, just a while. Yeah, so for silicon, this is the electronic configuration. We have to see this part. It is 3s2, 3p6. 3s2 means n is equals to, n will be 3 and okay, we have to see 3p6 now, 3p2, 3p2. Okay, we have to see 3p2. So 3 means n is equals to 3, principal quantum number is 3. Then p. So for p, L value for p is 1. Okay, for S it is 0, for P it is 1, for D it is 2 and for F it is 3. Like this we have to we can calculate the value of L. So for L it is P, right? For L it is P, or which means it is 1. So 3, 1, N is 3, L is 1. So option number 1 and 2 are automatically incorrect. Okay, then we have to find out the value of then what we have to find out, the value of m we have to find out. So m means the number of electrons in the p orbital. So for p orbital, what we can do, it has two electrons. So for L, what are the values of M we have? It is plus L, 0 or minus is here, right? Okay, it is minus L. Okay, wait. Yeah, it is minus L, 0 and plus L. So which means that if L is equals to 1 and there are 2 electrons, so there are 2 electrons added here, which means that M is equals to minus 1 here. Okay, M is equals to minus 1. So for M, which is minus 1, option number 4, M has minus 1 in option number 4, so therefore option number 4 will be the correct option. Question number 82. Okay, question number 84 we are doing. Question number 84. Which of the following compounds does not give? Which of the following compounds give negative Felling's test? Negative Felling's test. Okay, reducing sugars are the ones which gives the negative Felling's test. Okay, option number 3. Which is the reducing sugar among all these? Sucrose is only the reducing sugar. Option number 3 is the correct option. Next is question number 80. Question number 85. Okay, tautomerism is possible in which of these following compound? Tautomerism is possible in which of these compound? Let us see the compounds first. So these are the compounds in which of the following has tautomerism. So option number 4. Option number 4 will have the tautomerism. How we can see that? Tautomerism, what happens that this hydrogen is shifted this side and one double bond is created. Okay, so this type, okay, to hydrogen it is shifted. This type of tautomerism can be observed, so option number 4 will be the correct option. Question number 86. The frequency of radiation emitted when electron falls from n is equals to 4 to n is equals to 1 in a hydrogen atom will be given. Ionization energy, energy is given, and we H is also given. We have to find out the frequency of radiation. So we know that the energy involved formula will be E naught 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. Okay, like this. So from this we will find E naught as 15 by 16. Okay, then we know that E naught is the ionization energy. We are using this formula, E is equals to H mu. Yeah, E is equals to H mu. E we have calculated as 15 by 16 E naught. Okay, so on calculating this V, the formula for V will be 15 E naught by 6, and on calculating this we will get 3.08 into 10 to the power minus 15 as the answer. So option number 80, question number 86 has 3.08. Option number 2 will be the correct option. Question number 87. Which of the following is or are uses of potassium dichromate? Okay, potassium dichromate, where it is used? Potassium dichromate is used in the leather industry. Okay, for making azo compounds. Azo compounds are the azo dyes, we can say. Okay, which are used for dyeing the clothes or paper or anything. So these are used as an oxidant. Okay, as an oxidant for preparation of azo dyes. So option number 2 for question number 87. Next is question number 88. What is A here? We have to find out A. So A here, two chlorobenzene is reacted, two chlorobenzene, these are reacted to form optically inactive compound. Okay, optically inactive compound. Biphenyl is being symmetric. Biphenyl is formed. Okay, biphenyl, it is symmetric in nature. Okay, biphenyl, this type of compound is formed and it is symmetric in nature. So if it is symmetric, then it is optically inactive in nature. Okay. Question number 89. If n is equals to 6, the correct sequence for the filling of electrons will be. What will be the correct sequence for filling of electrons? So we know that for electrons filling, what will be the n value? It is given as 6. What will be the correct order of electron filling? Sequence will be ns to n minus 2f to n minus 1d to np. Okay, this will be the correct sequence. And L value, we know that it is 6. So let's put the 6 here. 6 minus 2f, 2, 6 minus 1d, 2, 6p. Okay, which means that 6s to 4f to 5d to 6p. Okay, so which option is correct here? Question answer is option number 2. Option number, okay, it is only asked the formula, it is not asked the uh, final answer. Question number 90. Chromium has the electronic configuration 4s1 3d5 rather than 4s2 3d4. Why? Why it is so? Because half-filled electrons or half-filled orbitals are more stable. Option number 4. So it is half-filled and this is not half-filled. So this electronic configuration is preferred because half-filled molecules are more stable. Okay. Question number 91. The change in the internal energy if 20 joule of heat is given to the system at constant pressure and 10 joule of work is done by the system. So question number 91. According to first law of thermodynamics, we know that delta U is equals to Q by W. On putting this value, we will get the answer as 10 joule. So 10 joule, option number 4 will be the correct option. Okay, option number 4 will be the correct option. Question number 92. Which of the following reaction would convert 2-butanol into deuterated compound? Okay, 2-butanol into deuterated compound. Question number 92. So on reaction with PBr3, the substitution reaction takes place which form bromoalkane, and this on reaction with, okay, let us see if the reaction is given. Yeah, it is given. So in this, which will be the correct option? Option number 3. Option number 3 will be the correct option. So here see this bromo compound is formed, and then again the deuterated water is there, deuterated compound is formed. Okay, so this option number 3 will form the deuterated compound. Question number 93. For a reaction, H2 gaseous plus I2 gaseous will give 2HI gaseous. Delta H value is given and delta S value is also given. So nothing to do, we have to find out the the temperature at which it will occur. So delta G, from delta G reaction we can find the temperature. Delta G is equals to 0. So on interchanging we get the temperature as 250 Kelvin. Okay, 250 Kelvin. Question number 94. Which of the following metal does not give borax bead test? So lead does not give the borax bead test. This is from the practical chemistry portion. Okay, if you have done the practical chemistry in your chemistry classes, in your chemistry practical, then you might be aware of the borax bead test, right? What is the product for the following reaction? What is the product for the following reaction? This is the reaction, and what will be the product? See, this is the hex 3 anal, hex 3 anal. What is the when it reacts with NaBH4, this component form, and PBr4, this component form, Mg ether, this compound is formed, and when this is reacted CO2, this compound is formed. Okay, so what will be the correct option? Option number 3. Option number 3. Finally we will get the product as this on all the reactions. Next is question number 96. If neon is added to the equilibrium, this is the equilibrium at constant volume, what will be the equilibrium? So if a neon is an inert gas, and in addition to the inert gas, equilibrium will not shift to the direction. Neon is the inert gas, so equilibrium will have no effect on it. Okay, so equilibrium will not shift in any direction. Question number 97. Which of the following elements can be identified by Belston test? Okay, question number 97. So for Belston test, chlorine is the element which can be identified. Okay, so chlorine can be identified by Belston test. Question number 98. The solubility of SnOH whole 2 in 0.1 molar NaOH solution would be, KSP is given. KSP is given, so we can find out easily. So this is the reaction, NaOH 0.1, 0.1 is left. So on KSP, we have to take both the concentration. Okay, KSP is given. So on calculating this, the solubility comes out to be 1.4 into 10 to the power minus 6. 1.4 into 10 to the power minus 6, option number 2. Okay. Question number 99. Identify the intermediate species formed in reaction 1 and reaction 2. Given the reaction, reactant of reaction 1 are this and reactant of reaction 2 are this. So the intermediate species formed in the reaction 1 and reaction 2. What is the intermediate species that is formed? So this is a little tough question for you. Okay, so let us see what are the reagents here. First one is, okay, I'm talking about this first reaction. This compound, okay, CH3CONH2, it will react with KOH and will form this compound. Okay, then again bromine is there. This negative charge will attack here and this bromine is carried forward. So this compound is formed again on reaction. HBr is removed, HBr is removed, and there this type of structure is formed. What is this type of structure called? It is nitrene. Okay, so nitrene is one of the intermediate that is formed. So which has nitrene as option 1? Option 2 only has. Okay, for second one is CH3NH2, CH3NH2 and CH3Cl. So these two will react to form, okay, these two will react to form a carbene. This is carbene only. So carbene is formed. Option number 2. Next is question number 100. So here also we have to find out the solubility of ZnOH whole 2. Its molarity is given and Ksp is given. So accordingly we will find out, this equation is given and then we have to find out the Ksp upon considering both the concentration and solubility comes out to be 10 to the power minus 13 molar. Option number 2 will be the correct option. Okay, so okay, 100 questions are, this much questions is completed. Okay, yes, so you can leave then. Thank you so much.